Yeah, and I have to point out the gang stalkers is just it is like I said, the maintenance guy calling yesterday. I can tell you what I from their stupidity. I don't know why it's almost like they're on our side because everything they do is just that at least the person is handing down the assignments. Maybe that's why they keep trying to hint at just chill out. It's not worth getting all that worked up about, even though because every time it's like it's unbelievable. The people, what happened, I called the company to make a complaint, and like I'll just say it's a company I'm dealing with, and you make a payment to. It's not a utility. Long story short, they take extra longer time than normal for 2019 for your payment to process. And you're wondering what the hell is going on. This many, like you got everything is, this and that. You can go online and it's usually, if it's not instant, it's by that evening or maybe 24 hours, not a couple of days or many days. And they're trying to explain, well, that's just our policy. I said, okay, well, at least for a future, I just want to make a suggestion. Matter of fact, let me talk to your supervisor because I can. I'm a paying customer, my record straight with y'all. Uh, just a suggestion for a future. It really won't affect me anymore, but because I'll be done. But for other people, why don't you let people know? You might. Well, for me, if I had known beforehand, I probably still would have fucked with y'all, like they say. But it would have been more helpful for me to, like I said, plan ahead. Yeah, I would have been able to plan and not, have to expecting and it. Nowadays, it's like I said, that's the whole point, plan ahead. You can't say, well, you should have known, or no. Every damn near is reasonable. A reasonable adult would assume that the payment is going to go through. Every damn thing else goes through. At least at the minimum, the wait will be 24 hours. Maybe it'll say, or it'll tell you during the prompts, if you do things this, if you use this, you make sure to say if you use another service, it's gonna be such and such amount of dollars. Yeah, because you want that money, and if you don't tell people and that fee pops up, that's your ass. But like I said, to be just courtesy, you're getting the money anyway. Just tell me, tell people, let them have the reason. But I know why you don't want to, because it's your policy. They're gonna go to another company, so you wait. And so anyway, they're through their gang stalking network. They had the retard that came and fixed my. He's driven by in a couple of videos. One time he even waved. When I came out here, he was on his little go kart, and he fucking waved and shit like. Cause matter of fact, I think that was the day he knocked on his door by mistake and shit, or so he says by mistake. He was looking for the one. Now that I'm talking about this, I just remembered about a month ago. He says he was looking for the one, and he knocked real hard. Like us black folks say, knocking like the police. I know I ain't got no reason to worry, but to me, it's a gang stalker seriously, fucking with me. And it was. And as soon as I opened the door, because I did open the door like I'm finna kick somebody's ass, and yeah, I'm sorry, wrong. I promise you, that's what we said. We spoke because it's two of them, Heckle and Jekyll, the black dude and the little white dude. And, it's the door. It's the wrong apartment. It's the other one. We got the numbers mixed up. Yeah, okay. But I forgot what it was about that time. Again, me posting videos every day. So there's just stupidity. So I wonder what would have happened if I had socked him in his face. Would I have been charged? I mean, because technically this is, if I didn't, but I would have had to come into the breezeway. He wasn't in my house, and I opened the door. Is that inviting him in? But I could testify I didn't know who it was. They would be like, well, why didn't you look through the people? I was pissed off because somebody was banging on my door like that. I don't know. I gotta make that decision as it happens. So anyway, uh, so like I said yesterday, because something the the garbage disposal in the sink went out. It had been going out. I could tell, it's a short. But I'm not finna go in there. This is not my house. That's the whole point. Staying in the fucking apartment. Nowadays, when everybody knows, oh, it would be a little bit cheaper and more to get a mortgage and yada. I'm like, why in the fuck would I do that? I'm single, by myself. There's no reason. If you're my age and you still got a wife and kids or whatever, it's up to you. But all that shit falls. I got to cut the grass, and something goes wrong, I call the service, plumbing, roof leaking, shingles, new roof shingles, all that type of. I ain't got to do none of that. You paying for a peace of mind. Maybe later, but if different plans going on. But at this point, there's no reason. And like I said, the last house I lost because of this program, but I was renting. I wasn't staying in that house anyway. They know it. And the tenant, she got to finish out the whole lease, but yeah, so I'm not getting. Anyway, long story short, so he calls again after about an hour later, being sarcastic because the person on the two operators yesterday were not representatives, because I initiated and that's my right. I'm a paying customer with it, so I'm sorry. You find another job if you don't like, and you have to. And I wasn't being rude. I'm just asking questions. That goes into something else. All day yesterday, these motherfuckers just telling on themselves. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe the higher ups, it really isn't to punish us. It's just to show how people, some people just don't even just follow directions of evil shit. And he's like, nah, these motherfuckers, they're just stupid all around the whole program. All right, so. They're trying to out-talk me and explain, and it's like, just listen. There's nothing you saying justifies what I'm saying. I already know there's nothing I could do but stop using your company. And what I'm doing is really, since I know, well, I didn't say that, but really it is for other people. Why do all I say is just give a bigger warning. I know that's not going to happen, but anyway, let me go up the line. And it's not about you. I'm not, as I told the girl, it's nothing you can do. All right. But let me, like a suggestion box. They don't have to listen to it, but I don't know. Your calls are being monitored. Yeah. So, yeah. Plus, I know you with this much trying to talk me out of it. This is more than just your normal way of handling customer who isn't satisfied, and so the whoever higher up gets on, and she's, well, I don't know why trying to be the representative. I said, I went through. I understand what this is about. The company issue. I said you need to change it. And I'm allowed to make some stop. Basically like stop trying to cut me off. I'm not gonna change my mind. You're not changing my mind, so just shut up. There's nothing. Some people do research, but when you got a person who does research and you still do something that wasn't in that you really don't even think about. You don't think about how long it takes for a payment to process that. So again, that's more shit y'all trying to hide, and it's like, why? How much would it cost for you to redesign your app? And because the first one was like, well, we used to be able to take payments that are processed, but something happened with that. Okay, something happened. Go to the ID. Nowadays, the developers everywhere. Hell, you can hire a kid in colleges. You don't have to go to. That shouldn't be no problem. So anyway, the punk ass maintenance guy, No, but what I'm saying is still because you know I don't need your fucking permission. He's in this voice message. Like I said, I didn't listen to it. I read it. He just calling to see if everything's okay. And if something was wrong, bitch, I would have fucking. If you would have fucking left and that shit stopped working 10 minutes later, you know, I just went in there just, well, let me see, you know, threw something down the sink and it's not, whoops, still ain't working. I would have called you back right then, that day. There's no reason for you, you know, we're paying rent every month. You don't have to tell me, feel free to call if something's wrong. If I hope, no, bitch. If the shit I'm immediately back on this shit, it's not working again. Of course, I'm not gonna say that, but you know, this motherfucker ain't fixed the shit right. You know, hell, even if I was in a freestanding house that I own, or you know, it was definitely I call Roto-Rooter, and they supposed to fit. They come charge all that much, and just the whatever $100 just to come out fee. And the shit is, I'm like, where did you grow up, bro? Like I said, they didn't teach you to speak up. Why y'all? What makes y'all think y'all this social engineering of trying to passively, you know, subconsciously put it to just beat people down slowly to where they won't speak up no more? That's not gonna work, brother. I don't know where, and it doesn't. You're not gonna fool people with we're the ones being rude. Oh, you don't know what type of day that. Well, you need to find a new job, bro. I know from my friends who applied for jobs as maintenance guy, and a friend I know, another guy I knew from when we was younger. He went in the army after I did, but he also went in the army. When he got out, he's still there at the same complex. It's been over 10 years now. You know, so I know from that, not just living in apartments, that they get a free apartment. Bitch, you got a free apartment and still get your same paycheck as other people, but you don't have to pay rent, which is fine. You know, that's something else I be trying to tell people. Hey, go get your HVAC certification and try to, you know, you put your apps in at one of these complexes. You're homeless now, but you're young. You're only 30. Shit, take you about a year or two to get your certificate. See what I'm saying? Again, instead of giving them money, a couple of dollars, they got free type of training for if you're a homeless man and woman. You know, I want to go through the voc rehab. So to miss me with all this shit, you know, don't be rude. They're political correct. What it is, they're trying to. Well, maybe I shouldn't say anything. You could be 6'2". Well, I don't want to bother nobody. You know, shit like that. You don't have to be minority. They're trying to beat us all down. So this little motherfucker, and like I said, I already had to keep calling y'all this summer, and this time I was able to call because of their own criteria. I think I said something about it in my other videos. The Freon kept going out. So it's the middle of the night. It's 90-something degrees, whatever, a couple months ago, and you hear the AC working, but it's hot as fuck. Shit. But it's the middle of the night, so I ain't even finna call it. Just fuck it. You know, got ceiling fans in there. Turn on the fucking ceiling fan first thing in the morning. Go to the website. Well, it's labeled an emergency. You can call and get, you know, and usually it's a small complex. I don't know, maybe 100 units. Soon as you put they ain't got, you know, they got that much to do. Maintenance guys, I bet most days you ain't doing shit. So yeah, get a ding on the email, whatever. And yeah, you can handle that shit right away. It's not gonna take days. Even something small, shit. You know, the light socket's not working. It's not an emergency, especially if the light socket in the laundry room or some shit. You know, but I know from just other jobs, really, there's ain't too much to do for 8 hours, and then, you know, I guess being maintenance, and that's why they live on post, give them free, not post, in the apartments, 24 hours. There's an emergency, you know, toilet plugged up or whatever the fuck. Yeah, there's stuff that we can fix. You know, you're a single man or nowadays, whatever, you're an adult, but shit, I would not finna fix it. That's what the fuck we pay you for. You know, and you're not gonna act like I'm being rude by telling you, no, bitch, you gonna come fix this shit. And I wouldn't be if you wouldn't have your little smart ass comments. Usually you come in and, like I said, I don't know how many times in the last couple of years I had to call the maintenance. Not just in this complex. Whatever maintenance. You made oh yeah, come on in. I just explain shit. That's what's up. Just fix this right. And they fix and leave. This motherfucker, this new gang stalker, every time he come, he gotta start, conversations. But yeah, so twice I'm like, how twice in one summer the freon just leaks out what is that, the compressor, and so no, bro, I don't need you to check up on me, and it's not me. I don't say I'm not being rude, because when you start off not being, I never said that. As a teen, there's nothing, basically say what you mean. That's what we was taught. Don't be no punk. You worry about getting your mouth bust, your lips bust. Say what you mean, shit. Or don't say nothing at all. That's another thing they get tired of. Because I know that they're gangsters. I tell them that, what are you talking about? They all this crazy shit, this new tactic. What are you talking? What do you even mean? And what do you mean say what you, bitch, you're not talking about, you're mad about something else. You're starting some shit. And just say what you fucking mean. Alright, so anyway, I could tell because of the last 2 days and how I questioned the person, and not it was a new video on one of the channels pop up yesterday again, as usual, telling on themselves, and it's one of those like informative channels, not about race or anything, just informative shit, and it's labeled how former FBI explain how to interrogate someone like you're an agent, yada yada. And I knew from that, and it's like, bitch, I wasn't interrogating. Remember I was talking about I was asking the person questions, because like I said, they always and it's so like childish that they always come up with an excuse of why they can't, and the excuse is, like I said, is something I thought, especially black people, that we was. What I'm saying is stuff that you don't have to be old, 80, 70 to know. That's what I'm saying. You emulate it on your own about paying your bills on time and shit like this, and the jokes about bad creditors. No, you're trying to avoid all that shit. And so when you come asking me questions like, I thought that was universal, that everybody understood that is my priority, and it's not me being materialistic and selfish. And you could tell that basically you're running game. And I don't know where y'all motherfuckers, these young motherfuckers, this shit is, when I was that young, I wouldn't have even tried it. Because you just know, but someone would come up, well, I wasn't raised in a family like that. And again, okay, but I'm here telling you that what they didn't tell you, that's not gonna work. Somebody's gonna fucking hurt you behind their money. You playing games like this, crying wolf. You see what I'm trying to tell you? Y'all swear y'all love that our generation started all that gangsters. That had nothing to do with black folks gangsters. That's how the world is. Look in history, what they do to people who, not just physical thieves, con artists, and this and that. I'm trying to tell you, that's just natural human nature, especially when you played on their emotions to get with this guy. And it's like nobody's telling y'all that. And they're also, why I say they're trying to get y'all killed, because they tried to make it big cases where the person who hurt somebody for doing that got the worst of punishment nowadays. And everybody's like, no, but they're the political correctness, exactly. Don't blame the victim, blah, blah, blah. It's like they're trying, because in most cases, it's not going to happen. This is just a big showpiece. But in reality, in the heat of the moment, you're going to lose badly. You might survive. The person might get put in prison, and justice, as they call it, yada. But why go through all that? And I'm telling you, and it could be sometimes, like a lot of it's seen in person before it was the internet, over a small amount of money. And especially back then, wow, this nigga got shot. He killed that nigga over $20. And it's like, oh, this is horrible. We understand that. First of all, the point is to keep you out of that situation. Don't go fucking with people. It don't matter. Cause yeah, they would even say it. Oh, it gets the person. I'm telling you now, the secrets. The person. I don't know why y'all don't realize this. I guess because you never had none. It's more the the principle. It is not. Yeah, they got more money, but when you say something like that, that enrages them even more. You gonna tell me what you got big money? Don't worry about that. Come on. That right there. So you incensing them more. It's like you don't even know. It's literally like when somebody back in school told somebody to do something to maybe the new guy, one of those '80s movies, and he don't know who the bullies are. Somebody tells him, plays a pranks and tells him what to say. The bully, his dad just died, and they go say, they tell him, hey, go tell that guy that's something about his dad that he doesn't know. And they're sitting there giggling because they know he's finna get, walloped and shit. That's what it's like. It's like they're sitting there telling y'all these things. And, oh, they shouldn't be saying that. And they're being and hyping y'all heads up. And I'm like I said, in the heat of the moment, okay, like I said, I'm telling you, this is not how it works. Nobody gives a fuck. And it's not that they don't care, it's that they went through stuff too, right? And it's not that they don't want to hear it, but a lot of times they didn't have no help. And even if they did, it's not a competition. That's the whole point. So they know if they just give you money, that's not really helping. Sometimes they might, yeah, if it's a small amount, but if you keep coming back. So anyway, I could tell they're telling her the whole thing, the program, or at least the regional, some reason they're upset with me because the person I was talking about, remember it was 2 days ago, it was raining. After a while they got nervous, and he's in the video. I'm not questioning him like interrogating. It's just that I know everything is like they come up. Matter of fact, the situation involved a business I used to own with one of my partners back in the day. So I also use that service a lot. Thinking now putting two together, I used to use this service a lot before my partner tried to get me, to work with him and owning one of these types of establishments. And so not only do I know from, like the old commercial, I'm not a client, I'm not only the president, I'm the client of the hair club, but I'm not the hair club, just using it. So I use this service. No, you have to do this. And like I said, it's like, don't you, the gangsters have to know. I know this person didn't know me back then. Has nothing to do with age. It has to, but the motherfucking handlers, they have to know my history. They got my dossier. I promise you, you can say, this is just too fantastic. Trust me. And like I said, now that I think about it, that's why he tried to buy that shop. And like I said, after I helped the other person and came back, I stopped at another type of shop the same way. They're like, what are you talking? I just don't want to say it because I want to catch them up again. Catch them again slipping. And, he tried to overcharge me. And he also tried, to be more technical. And it's like, no, bro. They just all types of crazy shit. I'm like, me and my homie is the owner. It's literally the same type, look the same equipment, same everything. But, I did most of the filing with the county and all this and that. So it's just stupid. It's like they're setting you up with me. It's like, why won't they tell you why I did it? Like I said, so on site, when I'm on site, they get nervous. They're almost just as a person who's lying, like a child to a kid to their parent. And your child is lying, not just because you're a parent, but because you was a child. And like, no, you're fucking lying. And I'm not trying to get in your business, but you're lying to me. And nobody wants to be made a fool of. Why don't y'all get that? And it's like, that's why I said it's like they're not human. And so instead of changing their tactics, they, more mockery. How to interrogate this. It was just brand new yesterday. Because, when on YouTube it says, posted just 30 minutes ago. So it was posted, and I, look, just posted. So I said, let me click on this bullshit. And it's just you could, I guess, type in how to interrogate it. If it says just uploaded yesterday, that's the one I'm talking about. But so uh it's, I'm like, I wasn't, and it's just like telling on themselves. So that, what I mean telling, that means you know you're doing something wrong. You know how this group, that video I showed y'all about the recruiting, lying to these motherfuckers, and they're trying to act like they're actually doing something good and this and that. Why are you fumbling over yourselves when I ask too many questions? You're not, and why is it a secret? See what I'm saying? This, and you're telling that shows guilt. It's just like in court when you try to get off on an insanity plea, and they're like, no, then why did you cover up? You know, you this and that, and why did you try to evade the law? That means you knew the difference between right and wrong. So you're stuttering, and now you're even actually trying to mock, you know, and it's not even mockery like trying to make me feel stupid. It's like you're trying to tell your other folks, you know, and I'm like, I'm not questioning you, like, yeah, I don't believe you, and also not only that, it doesn't make zero way, it doesn't make sense. And why is it such a? I'm not used to people pushing me like that to where it's such. When it is a real situation, in the past, it wasn't send money. It was always, can you get here? You know, I'm about 20 miles on this side of town. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it wasn't so, and it wasn't because of there was no cash apps or things like that. There was it was because something was wrong. And they try to make situations now, and they're literally the same situation. No, if you're in this situation and you're constantly, you need some fucking physical help. You know, and it's not, I'm not, I wouldn't feel right. How that, you know, that means to me you're trying to play me. I wouldn't feel right. You know, that also that means the person, you know, whatever the situation, they're gonna get even more money and you're still gonna be in trouble. So no, come up with better stories. You're gonna have to, whatever. If you try your extortion, like I said, you're gonna have to just come out and say, hey, give us we're this group, give us this fucking money. You know, like the mob movies for protection. That's all you gonna have. We got a couple of things we can do. We can pay it. You know, unless you live in that's why they try to take your guns away. The Second Amendment. So you can say, well, you still could fight. Yeah, how you gonna fight off all them motherfuckers with a knife? This ain't a movie. Don't let them don't vote for these motherfuckers trying to take your guns away. Cause they probably are working up to that point where you gotta pass, you know, then only criminals. And yeah, you'll still be able to get one, but you're not gonna risk all. You got too much to lose. You got your nice job, this and that, and you get popped in a traffic stop having a pistol or in your house. And no, don't vote for these motherfuckers, man. They're trying to get, that's exactly what they did for you know, the Holocaust. Don't give up your shit. And like I said, they're trying to do it soft, you know, softly now with just manipulation. And like, no, bitch, I'm not being rude. You know, this is your job. But no, bitch, I'm not being rude. This is what we were taught to do to avoid getting being conned. You know, because especially if you're a male, all types of shit, they gonna, you know, they gonna look at you like, why'd you let that happen? Or why was you dumb enough to go up to a group of guys and, ask this type of question to let them know you got money in your pocket. Hey man, you know anybody selling whatever? I got about $100. I'm trying to get this, and you go up to some strangers, you know that shit. Nobody gonna have that much sympathy. Yeah, they gonna pat you up, and you know put band-aids on your hands and your head and all that shit. Everybody's still gonna, especially your people. Why would you do that? You know, you're not getting no sympathy. So yeah, that's where all those questions come from. They don't come from being mean or selfish. You got these motherfuckers walking, the brainwashed, getting their feelings hurt because I call them brainwashed. You got these brainwashed, dumbass house niggas walking around like they fucking stupid. Like they want to get their head knocked off. And like I said, if you want to kill yourself, bro, just climb up there and go dive head first. It might not kill you, but it'll hurt you up real bad. You know, fuck that shit. Quit fucking with other people so they fuck up their lives. You know, you want to take yourself out, but you don't want to do it. You know, shit, trying to get somebody to do it to you. Why you gotta ruin their life? Now they gotta go to prison. You know, hell. Get you a fake gun and go point it at a cop. Do something like that, nigga, and quit fucking with other folks.